Hello everyone, and welcome back to another tutorial video. In today's video we're going to be looking at some more simple poses for your anime and manga characters. So this time we're going to keep it similar to the first video that we did on this topic. We're going to keep this pretty simple here, and this time we're going to basically be looking at the first pose we did but from the back. So again, we'll have our character slightly bending towards us. So this time with my line, I'm not going to, I'm going to use a center line here and we keep it straight, but then as we go there'll be portions of it that are going to get a little bit bent. But for now, we'll use this as a placeholder. And then, since our character is at kind of a very slight angle, it's not going to be anything crazy, so we're really not going to see the hips like stacking on top of the ribs or anything. But we still want to try to get the angle of this correct here, so we'll just kind of balance it out as we go. So first, just putting in our head and our ribs, put in our shoulder lines. I'm going to tuck these a little bit. So from the back, the shoulders will be a little bit more tucked, just because the lats of your character are going to kind of meet with them here. And then put in our traps, followed by a neck. Then we can connect. Then we can see the head on this side here. Put this right there, give some little ears. Alright, so kind of fix this trap. It kind of got messed up. My computer had a weird made a weird noise, and my line kind of didn't come out how it should have, so I don't know what was going on, but it's thinking extra hard right now, I guess. But anyways, so from there, we can draw in our hip line, and again, just kind of keeping it even with our shoulders here. We'll connect like so. Draw our little hip bucket. Like this. Then we can connect these. Try to make this somewhat symmetrical looking, like so. And then from here, we'll connect these two with our hourglass sort of shape. Get this, yeah, this one got away from me. Kind of want to meet in the middle portion here with the bend. Then I'm gonna try to get these hips better, like so. Okay. And then from here, right here in sort of the lower back area, we'll add a slightly bent line like this. So it's not just straight up and down, and it's not an exaggerated bend, but it's just a slight concave line, just so we can see that there's some curve in the spine here. Then we can add our lower back muscles with some little dimples here. From there, we will, keeping in spirit with the first pose we did, because this is the same pose but from the rear, we will put our character's arms behind their back. So they're looking timidly onward. So we'll kind of cross these over each other. And starting from the shoulder, I'll come down to the elbow, and we'll angle that. It'll kind of taper off towards the wrist down here. And we'll basically do that same thing here for the forearm, like so. And then this arm will have behind the arm that we see on the right here. So it'll just kind of poke out like that. And let's have a super simple hand placements here. Nothing crazy, not a hand tutorial, so we're just kind of putting them in because they would be somewhere over here. This one's got to get fixed up a little bit though. There we go. Alright. So from there, kind of elongate the hips here. Now, also, I'm going to shrink down this head again. I keep making my heads too big for some reason. So shrink that down. There we go. Alright. From here, I'm going to scoot this up just to ensure I've got enough room for my legs. And these legs will be pretty close to each other. So we'll kind of angle them just like this. And we'll kind of figure out the middle point of it. And we want this to basically be as long as this before our little ankle circles. And then from here, we'll keep the outside thigh here pretty round and at the thickest point just below the hips, like so. Then we can do our inside thigh line, which again I kind of bring it in, pudge it back out, and then swoop it back down, just like that. Then, since we're looking at the character from behind, we will see some generous calves from both sides rather than just the one. And make them generous here, like so. And then we can put in our glutes. So I'll use a line rather flat like that, and then we'll just give it a touch of bend. So we basically want it to be kind of flat and then it curves harder there at the base. So kind of something like that. And it's very slight because our character is looking, you know, directly away from us, so it's not going to be anything extreme. And then put those glutes in like so. And this character doesn't have like a super thick build or anything, so we're not going to worry about bringing the glutes out on the sides or anything. This is pretty much what we want. So, well, we will bring this down just a little bit. Okay. And then we'll just put in our foot placeholder here. So this time I'll just kind of do some rounded off triangles for the heels, like so. And then just grab this whole character, move him down a little bit, and just to fill my page I'll make her bigger and scoot her over here. Alright, so now I'll go into just the line art portion. I don't care about the quality of my lines here since we're just looking at the poses, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. But just going over the shapes that we like and just trying to capture them. So we'll get the neck and traps in. We'll get these arms in. And so this is kind of our lat portion. So for our female characters, unless they're working out and are built, kind of just keep a hourglass shape similar to that. You don't really want to pudge the lats out, because then it makes them look like they're working out a lot, and unless your character is working out, then you don't really need to do that. So we'll just kind of keep a V shape there. Then we'll meet. Oops. Do that. And again, super simple hand placeholder here. Same with over here. Then we'll add in our shoulder blade marks. We can also connect our arms like this. And then add that barely concave line along with some of our lower back muscles and some little dimples there where kind of the muscles connect and tuck. Then we can add our hips, connect them there. And then we can add our glutes. Like so. Then our legs. Again, keeping the thighs thickest at the top there, or just below top. Then we'll give these little kind of circular outlines, because this is all right in here is, you know, like the tendons and stuff. So we'll just kind of mark that out with these little half circle lines. And then from there, from the back here, the calf is actually gonna be in front of these outer lines here. So we'll kind of back them up a little bit and put our calf in just in front of them. Like so. And again, trying to give a generous calf line, or calf bulges, because from the back it's going to be a little bit more exaggerated. Then super simple feet placeholders, like so. Alright, so I have ears, which I keep forgetting about. Do that. There we go. So we will hide this. There we go. Okay. Well, that's basically it. So it looks like my character's a little bit off center here. Again, it's when I'm talking and trying to do this, sometimes things like that will slip by in my construction lines. So I'll just recenter a little bit. Okay, that's better. So that's basically it. We're just kind of super simple pose. You know, just has her hands behind her. You can do whatever you want with the hands there. She could be holding herself. She could be holding her hands together. You know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. For this, just super simple hand placement, because I'm not doing a hand tutorial. But other than that, just kind of a basic standing pose. For the rest of the poses on this particular page, we'll start doing some more interesting ones. But for now, here's just a super good, easy, basic pose. So hopefully you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next one.